Hello Disney fans, my name is Hailey and welcome back to the Disney Cupcake channel. Today I'm going to be ranking my favorite rides at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is episode 3 of 6 in the series. I have already ranked Magic Kingdom and Epcot attractions and I will have those videos linked down below. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you do not miss my rankings of Disney's Animal Kingdom, Disneyland, and Disney's California Adventure. Before I get into the list, I need to address that I am only ranking attractions, rides that you wait in line for, get on a ride vehicle, and go. I am not ranking any sort of shows in this list. And I have also not ridden Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway or Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, so those will not be included in this list, although I feel like they definitely will be added to the top 5. So after I go through the list, add them in the top 5, and everything will bump down, and there will be my future list. Starting off with number 7, Alien Swirling Saucers. It's a basic spinner attraction. Nothing too fancy about it. The music is fun. I love having all of the alien figures with the lights. It looks really awesome. But other than that, nothing too special about it. Number 6, Star Tours. Solid ride. You know, original, classic for Hollywood Studios. But with the addition of Galaxy's Edge, Star Tours does look a little bit outdated. It does feel a little bit misplaced as it is sitting outside of Galaxy's Edge. It is still a really fun attraction, but I think I would rather ride something in Galaxy's Edge versus Star Tours. Number 5, a very popular one here in recent years, Slinky Dog Dash. This is really the first full visible outdoor roller coaster. Like Big Thunder Mountain, you can see it, and same with Everest, but this one you can actually see all of the steel pipes, and it looks like a theme park roller coaster. So that is something super interesting about this attraction. I love the storyline, the theming, being able to look over Toy Story Land, seeing the bigger footprints, seeing all the different patches and plants. It is really cool. And then when you get to the peak part of the attraction, seeing the rest of Hollywood Studios, getting that little peek at the view before dropping down. It's a very smooth coaster and is also really awesome at night. Number 4, Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. Whenever I rode this attraction, I went by myself, so I rode the attraction just with strangers. And one thing about this is if your pilots are people that maybe haven't seen Star Wars before, maybe don't really know what they're doing, on the ride, they have the glowing buttons and stuff telling you what to do, but they don't really tell you when the console in front of you glows or the panels push them. They don't really tell you what to do. So if you're riding the ride with a bunch of people that are confused, then it's maybe not as fun because it crashes. And the ride relies on everyone in the vehicle to do it successfully. Now, if you watch my vlogs from Hollywood Studios in November, it's kind of fun though whenever people also don't really know what they're doing. It's just funny because they're yelling and they're trying to push all the buttons, and it's still fun, but I haven't ridden it successfully yet, and I feel like that's also part of the experience. That's what makes it so much fun, is because every time it is a different ride. But that also kind of means maybe it's not as fun as your previous ride, or does that make sense? So with that, number 3, this is kind of going off of what I was just talking about, is Toy Story Mania. Now this one is another kind of points system game. You control how the game goes, how the attraction goes, and you're in your ride vehicle and you have your own little trigger to be able to shoot the different targets. The music is very fun, obviously all the characters. Not that Star Wars isn't like my childhood either, they both really are, but they are pretty similar attractions whenever you narrow it all down, as far as you have your own thing and you have to control it, and that will change the ride. Now it doesn't change as much as it does on Smugglers Run, obviously. Smugglers Run is a lot more immersive, which I feel like makes it better. But since I have ridden Toy Story Mania with my family, with friends, being able to have your own points and not being like relying on like other strangers in your ride vehicle or other family members to have a successful, fun ride. Like, you're doing it all yourself, you get your own points. That's kind of where that got maybe a little bit higher for me, but that could change after I ride Smugglers Run again here in a future trip. Number 2, these next two have literally always been my top 2, and number 2 is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. I love this drop thrill ride. It is so much fun any time of the day. I've ridden it, I can't even tell you how many times. The suspense is amazing. Hearing people scream as you walk up to the attraction, the storyline is so good. And for my number 1, this has been like my number 1 Disney World ride for like the longest time. Like, since I can remember, this one has always just had a very special place, and that is Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. The storyline of the ride is super fun. The pre-show's fun. It's very cool how they set up the pre-show, so it looks like the different actors and cast are there, and the whole alley getting onto the ride, getting into your limo, and the suspense of sitting at the launch and then having music blast through your ears with all the neon lights and all of the inversions and 360s and flips and whatever you want to call them. It is a the ride's less than a minute. Like, it's a super fast ride, but getting off of it, it's like, what just happened? Every single time. It's just always been one of my favorites. It's one of like the best thrill rides at Walt Disney World. There is my ranking for Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'd love to hear your list down below in the comments. Maybe you have ridden Runaway Railway or Rise of the Resistance. I would love to hear about those attractions, as I look forward to one day riding those, and I will of course vlog my entire trip so you guys can see my first impressions and reactions of those new rides. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and remember to do what you love and do what makes you happy, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!